This is Miss Lizzie, and I want to welcome you to the Queen Lizzie podcast. Together, we will go through the history of Rosewood, Florida, and watch as the once prosperous town rises out of the bloodshed, fire, and ash to reveal the people, the memory, and the legacy of Rosewood. Watch every Thursday on Facebook and YouTube, or listen to our story on Apple or Google Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, or wherever you find your favorite podcasts. Hello, everybody. I am Lizzie Robinson Jenkins, representing not only the Rosewood Foundation, but the personal testimonies and history of cherished friends and family. You are now watching the Queen Lizzie podcast. Today, we are talking with Myra James. Hello, Myra James, and welcome.
Thank you for having me. Hello, and hello, everyone. I'm happy to be here.
Wonderful, and we're happy to have you. And you have a lot that you're going to share with us. Myra does a lot. She works at the University of Florida, and I will let her tell you about her nonprofits. Let's start it off with knowing who our guest is today.
Absolutely. So once again, my name is Maya James. I am the founder and CEO of Chateau Foster Incorporated, which is a foster closet for foster kids within the Levy County and surrounding areas. Chateau Foster was born and developed by my husband and I in 2022 after we decided to become licensed foster parents within the state of Florida. Whenever we became foster parents, we noticed a lot of holes in the system.
Yes.
We would take in kids sometimes 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, and those kids would not have anything with them. They would not have any clothing, any hygiene items, and we found it hard to get them comfortable and help them.
Right.
And so we wanted to become a solution to that problem. And so we developed Chateau Foster to be able to not only have those hygiene items, clothing, baby items, books, toys, anything that we needed to combat the trauma that a child has been through, but to also make them comfortable within our home. And so once we did it for ourselves, we became a resource for other foster families within the Levy County area. And so our foster closet, we take in donations.
Okay.
And those donations we actually give to other foster families. We also post on the Partnership for Strong Families Facebook page to also let them know items that we have. And so over the years and more recently, Partnership for Strong Families has partnered with churches to provide new items in lieu of the gently used items that the foster closets around Florida provides. And so it kind of stagnated Chateau Foster. So we're going to be reorganizing Chateau Foster soon.
Okay, wonderful. And who is your husband?
So my he is Leandre James Jr., born and raised in Florida, native of Archer and Williston, Florida.
Oh, maybe I know him.
I do believe so. I think he's your cousin.
He is a delightful young man to know. You have a special young man working. And I just want to say congratulations, because this is what is needed. Although I tell people, yes, my show is Rosewood. It's about Rosewood, but
Absolutely.
It extends,
Beyond
beyond Rosewood and beyond that history, because foster parenting is history too.
Yes, ma'am.
And we need to hear from you, because I hope someone out there listening, I know someone out there listening, and they are going to get in touch with you. I know you are going to be tagged on this show, but give me your website address.
Absolutely. So we have a page on Facebook.
Okay.
Chateau Foster Incorporated.
Okay, that's good.
If you search by, and I'm sorry I don't have the direct web address.
That's okay. That's okay.
Search by the name Chateau Foster Incorporated. It'll actually come right up.
Wonderful. Okay, thank you very much. And I'm going to talk a little about Rosewood, but I also want to talk about our Steve Spurrier Gridiron Grill, because this is the venue that supports Rosewood very much. I am so appreciative. Well, we are very appreciative for what they have done and what they are going to do, acknowledging hard history. We know it's hard. However, we didn't create it. We can't change it. Okay? We are going to work together to make it public and tell it, as my mom said, don't attack anybody, tell the truth. And that's what I do because I have researched it. And I want you to know that it has been a lot. 42 years ago when I started my research in 1982. And I didn't want to. I did not want to take on this challenge because I knew it was going to be painful. It is today still painful. But before my mom expired, is that the right word? Anyway, before she died, she passed, she said, you have got to tell the story about what happened to my sister. I can't tell it. That's what my mom said. Okay, I can't tell it. She told it to me, and I'm telling it to you, and you must take it forward. And I have been doing that. Mm-hmm. And I am just so happy people like you and people out there in the community are stepping forward and say, Liz, whatever we can do to help you tell your mom's story, we'll do it. So my mother always, 8th grade education, but a genius. And she loved writing poems. So one day she said to me, when you tell the story, you need to sing a song. I said, Mom, I can't sing well. She said, I know that, but I'm going to write it for you. And you are going to make it into a country song. I love country music. She knew that too. So she wrote the words, 13 verses. I'm not going to sing all 13, just enough to get you on the right track to thinking about Rosewood. And it starts like this. She started with Rosewood. Rosewood, Florida, borders Highway 24. A destroyed town, no blacks live there anymore. Where emptiness resides in the silent sacred breeze. Life there no more, only nature's moss-hung trees. Rosewood, Florida once was a growing community until the fighting started in 1923. No one ever thought Rosewood would go down in death. That brought on so much pain and unforgettable distress. That's enough to get you thinking about, okay, that was a town.
That's beautiful.
Thank you. That was a town that was wiped off the map in 1923, January 1. Coming soon will be January 1, 1925, 102 years ago. And what I am doing on that day, January 1, 2025, I'm going to take groups, I'm going to meet groups in Rosewood at the historical marker. Okay. People have expressed interest in coming to Rosewood. I tell them, I said, well, there's nothing there but the historical marker. And some have said to me, well, I just want to be there. I want to see the place, feel the energy. Mm-hmm. And I have some people coming as far away as Washington, D.C., because they are family on the McIntyre side. And we're going to welcome them to Rosewood to see what is left there. And as I said, nothing is there, but we're going to meet them there, and I think that will be historical.
I think so as well.
Yes, I think it will. And the people coming from Washington are related to me, and they're related to your husband too. And when I said from the McIntyre side of the family, McIntyre, I discovered during my research, located them in Cedar Keys. Cedar Keys, 9 miles from Rosewood, in 1848. And I had always asked my mom, this is my father's side, my paternal side. I said, Mom, where are, I knew everything about her family. I said, where Dad's family, where are they from? And how did they get to Florida? She said, oh, Cedar Keys, Levy County. And one day I was at the Smathers Library doing my research. Up Pop Henry McIntyre, 1848. And I screamed in the library. I said, I found you. I found you. I couldn't wait to get home to tell my mom. Mom, I located him. He is in Leaf County. She said, I told you. She was so, whatever, braggadocious. Okay. And I was just glad to share that information. So Cedar Key is our hometown also.
Also.
Yeah, it is. And I don't know if you all are going to be able to come. If not, we are inviting everybody. And you all, within the sound of my voice, please come out January 1. This may be over, but come out and visit with us. We'd love to have you there. We would love to have you to come out and visit us. Also on today, today is December 30th. And it is the birthday of Josiah T. Walls. Josiah T. Walls was one of the first black congressmen in the state of Florida. We're going to talk about him. How does he connect to Rosewood? Well, he taught in Archer. And many, many years ago, when he was teaching in Archer, he was teaching students or men. He taught only black men how to read. Okay, you know, back then women were not allowed. Right. So he taught the black men, and later on they taught the wives how to read. And it ties him to Rosewood because some of the parents or some of the people that he worked with eventually ended up in Rosewood. And he had no idea, I had no idea, but I have been able to track it down with the information that my mom has saved. And it's easy to track through the Mason, through the Masonic, what is it called? Prince
Hall?
Yes. See? Perfect. Prince Hall Masonry. And I was able to track those people down. And guess what? Levy County. I have so many people on a slate with Levy County.
Right.
Yes, Levy County Masons and Archer, Gainesville, even Aquin Jones. He was one of the Masonic brothers here in Archer. I couldn't believe he was one of them. And Mr. Trapp, who was a principal in Gainesville, was also a Masonic in Archer. So the Mason really extended far and near. And people don't know the history behind why Masons were collectively working together, because they felt strength, okay, in numbers, and they did not play anything. And Josiah T. Walls and his men, the men he taught, established principles. And the first principle was Archer men of worth. They made themselves important. They referred to each other as Sir. Okay, Josiah Walls, Sir Charlie Brown. The second principle was Archer night riders, because they rode at night to protect their wives and children.
I didn't know that.
Yes, and they made sure no KKK, no one crossed their properties. They took turn riding at night. They fought, and people don't know it, they physically defended themselves and their family. They resisted. They were bad. They were just hardworking people. And number 3, the Knights of Pythias. Remember the Mason? That is the name of one of the Masonics, Knights of Pythias. However, there were more than one Mason in the Masonic group in Archer. And the Rosewood Masonic group is known as the Magnolia Masons, number 148. I have all of that information too. So I have done lots of research, and I have enjoyed every minute of it. It's not easy, but I'm leaving it for our kids for the next generation.
May I share something with you?
Of course.
Growing up in Louisiana, they taught us Rosewood in school.
Really?
They did, but it wasn't until I came to Florida and met you that I learned Rosewood.
Oh.
Yes, they taught it to us in school.
Wonderful. Chills.
Yes, so it was definitely an honor to actually meet you.
Really?
To know someone that knew someone that experienced it.
Yes.
Was a different learning for me.
Oh, I have a friend. He's busy right now, but he is in there. He's the one that established this podcast.
Mm-hmm.
He's from Ghana. He has the same story. He read about Rosewood when he lived in Ghana.
Right.
Couldn't believe he found someone. Oh, I would love to get a picture of you all.
Absolutely.
Couldn't believe he located me and found someone that was a part of Rosewood.
Absolutely.
Oh, my God. I hope they are finished by the time we get finished. Yes. Okay?
And then we'll do a picture.
Okay, that's about time for our first half. We are going to head to a quick break, and we'll be right back after a word from our sponsors.
Meldon Law has been serving personal injury victims since 1971. In those days, Jeffrey Meldon's presence as an attorney in the music scene dubbed him with the nickname the Hippie Attorney. And although times have changed, two things haven't: our commitment to bettering our community by helping the injured,
Albert, are you ready to go to the game?
and our love for the Florida Gators.
If you bleed orange and blue, Meldon Law is the firm for you.
I am Black History.
I am Rosewood Black History.
I am Florida
and America's Black History, and you are too.
January 1st, 1923, the KKK insurrectionists attacked Rosewood, killing 5, burning it down.
Because a white woman lied and cried, a black man assaulted me. Rosewood redevelopment is on its way.
Want to help? Visit rosewoodflorida.com.
Welcome back to Queen Lizzie Podcast, brought to you weekly from the Steve Spurrier Podcast Room at Spurrier's Gridiron Grill. We are here with Myra James. The Queen Lizzie Podcast is brought to you by Campus USA Credit Union, live from the Meldon Law Gator Studios at Spurrier's Gridiron Grill. We are back. And yes, we ended on a high note.
We did.
Because Myra just told me that she had to write book reports about Rosewood when she was living in Louisiana.
In school.
And never thought that she would meet me. And then I became her cousin. She married my cousin. Oh my God, that's history.
History. And it's great.
And it's great. And she just said to me, oh, I am learning so much.
You guys.
Oh, I appreciate that so very much. I talked to you all about January 1, but I didn't talk to you about January 4. January 4, in Newberry, we are going to commemorate or do a reenactment of Rosewood. We're going to do a play for the children, okay, and just talk about Rosewood and for the exposure, get the story out there. And the property that we are going to perform our production belongs to a good friend of mine. She has 20 acres, and it reminds us so much of Rosewood. So we are going to make that little movie and talk about Rosewood and just keep the history alive and going and growing. And as I said before, remember, each weekend there is a brunch here at Spurrier from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Please patronize him because they are very, very supportive. And if you want to donate to our Rosewood Scholarship or Rosewood, What else we have? The Museum. Go to rosewoodflorida.com. That's Rosewood, Floriga.com. Spell it out. And I just learned today that I am going to have a helper who is going to relieve me of some of the stress. She is going to work with the finances. I am just so honored and so happy to invite you to work on our team.
Thank you. It's going to be an honor to help you with the finances for Rosewood.
Yes.
I can see how keeping all of that in order so that we could keep this well-oiled train moving is important. So it's going to be an honor.
Oh my
help with it.
God. Yes, yes. And she lives right down the street from me, y'all.
I do.
In Levy County, but that's okay. It's still right down the street. And another thing I'd like to say about Levy County, the scholarship I talked about, I give a scholarship each year. When I say I mean we, are to 5 scholars. 2 from Levy, 3 from Archer. We try to do 2 whites and 3 black. Not Archer. 2 from Levy County, 3 from Alachua County. And we try to keep it diverse.
Right.
Okay? Mm-hmm. Because these kids are so appreciative. $500? Oh, they said, oh, that's a lot of money. I remember the first scholarship I gave to a City Key student, and I was telling the principal, I said, well, it's small. It's such a small amount. She said, $500? Mm-hmm. She'll be going to Santa Fe. And that would buy her gas for a whole year.
Yeah, or her books.
Yeah, or their books. So when I give it, and I don't apologize anymore, because these kids are so appreciative. $500. Like you say, buy their books. Mm-hmm. Yes, indeed. So we try to cover all of everything they need. Not need, but everything that would be helpful to them. We give them the check. I used to send the check to the colleges.
But now you give it to the student?
Give it to the students. So if they want to buy a pair of shoes, hey, they wouldn't buy them if they didn't need them.
Right.
So we have to trust them. Start somewhere. And yes, that is where is there anything else you want to talk about other than helping me and set up? And you know what else I need? I need help with my Facebook, keeping that on track. Okay, blocking my profile because spam is
definitely
so bad. Yes, I am going to need help with this also. And
I'm happy to jump in and help wherever needed.
Mm-hmm.
With the Facebook marketing, that's an easy one.
Oh, it is?
So we could do that one together.
So you can become my administrator of my Facebook?
Yes, I can.
Okay, and that means that you're in full control.
Yes, and I'll do like all of the sharing and scheduling all of the posts and things of that nature.
Really? Do you know how to do a contact list?
For
my contacts.
On your...
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, really? When are you going to start?
We could definitely talk after the new
Okay,
year.
we'll talk after the New Year's. Okay, this is what you call but God.
Absolutely.
But God. And I am just so excited because, the couple that lives in the Rosewood house in Rosewood donated the house to the foundation. However, I had to say no. We didn't have the money to move it. Plus, it's over 100 years, and we know it would have fallen apart. So they are very helpful in anything we do. They are going to allow us on the 1st to walk in the yard to see the house and share with the people. Okay?
It's going to be awesome.
It's going to be awesome because I had one person say, I just want to feel the energy. And I understood exactly what she meant when she said that. And yes, we are going to be able to view the house close up. And what else are we going to do when we get there? I'm going to sing my song in full, okay? And it was something else I was about to say that is going to take place. I can't remember. Oh, the same person that gave us, donated the house, his Rosewood house that's on his certified acres, is a member of, I can't remember the church in Cedar Key, however, he's a deacon. And he invited me to attend his church, which was so just different. And I said, okay. He said, I'm a deacon there. I said, really? His name is N. I'm putting you out there, N Stone. And I went to church this year, the first Sunday in January, because I wanted to see how they not perform, but how they did their communion, how
Right.
they.
First
And
Sunday.
and I wanted to know if it was different. Not really, but it was so interesting to see all of the. I was the only black there, but they were so nice.
That's good.
So appreciative. And as we say all the time, it's about history. We can't change it. We can't erase it. Okay. And I took pictures of the choir singing and the young pastor. They did. It was different, but it was church, and we respect that. And what else is happening for Rosewood? I'm bringing on some people other people that you all are going to be proud to see and to talk with, or to hear me talk about. What else for Rosewood? Let's see if I have anything else on here. Oh, yes. When Rosewood ended, my mother wrote my first song. When at the end of Rosewood, when the tragedy happened, I wrote a song. And it is called Rosewood No More. And it goes like this. Remember, I can't sing. I'm just going to do 8 lines. But it goes like this. Rosewood no more, no more, no more, no more. Rosewood no more, no more, no more. No more school laughter, games, or cheers. Rosewood happy children really disappeared. No more pledge of allegiance from the school kids. Lives were shattered, futures went up for bid. No more, and this is one of the families, these are the families I'm about to name. No more Walkers, Haywoods, Nelson, or Pitts. Rosewood men resisted, the cowards had to quit. No more, where is it? No more Lewis, Roberts, or Rice. The KKK boys paid a deadly price because the Rosewood men resisted and fought for their lives in order to survive. And when I said paid with their lives, we were there. We were there after the fight. When black folks tell the story, they say it was a lot of whites killed because Sylvester called in his crew, Sylvester Carrier called in his crew and said, come, bring your guns.
Right.
And they came. And my mom said they felt like hell. So when people say there was a mass grave, they don't tell you who was in that mass grave.
Right.
And she said, oh, yeah, it was a mass grave. Yes, indeed. And my mom was 20, still single, living at home when her sister came in to tell her the story. And today, where we are hosting the Josiah T. Walls event, is the train station that she exited when she came on the train from Rosewood to Archer. The sheriff was phenomenal. He tried to save as many lives as he possibly could. I'm still in touch with his family. His granddaughter teaches in Houston, Texas. I just got a Christmas card from her. And she gave me pictures that her mom had given her to give me. I'm the only one with the real pictures of the grandfather. He is the 25th sheriff of Levy County, the only sheriff without his picture on the wall. But somebody told me, said, Liz, don't worry about that. We'll honor him in the Rosewood Museum. We'll put his picture on the wall. He deserves it.
He does.
Had it not been for him, many blacks would have been killed. Okay. Anything else you want to say? Closing remarks?
Will you continue to tell the story?
Yes.
Absolutely. We look forward to it.
Okay. And I look forward to you working with me. I am so excited. Okay. I am continuously humbled, honored, and blessed to meet people daily and invite them to join in peace building, healing, and reconciliation through learning about the history of Rosewood. That will wrap up today's episode. I am Queen Lizzie. Until next time, this is my Rosewood story, and I'm sticking to it. Goodbye.